to even get started because I was so skeptical. And yeah, I really just wanted a few extra $100, and I didn't even try anything right before I started. And then I tried the skinny wrap when I got the ones I got in my kit, and I was like, dude, this is awesome. Like, everyone's going to want these. And I just couldn't keep my mouth shut. I was so excited. And so I wrapped a lot of people just like Jaree did. And I think I made like over $1,000 in wrap cash like my first 2 months. I think my first month I actually went up executive, but like that wasn't even like intentional. I think I was just so excited and I didn't know what I was doing. And I signed up my mom, and she was my first distributor because she just wanted to help me, I guess. And it took me 7 months to go ruby. And then it took me 9 months to go diamond. And it really wasn't until I was like, I hate my job, that I was like, I'm going to jump in. And I just went for it. And that was after 3 months. Then 3 months later, I went diamond. And then we were dating the whole time. We actually, so crazy, we met with my 4th wrap on. So Tae's been with me since the beginning. Like, he's seen me went from like tons of cash.
Wrap cash, that is.
Yeah, I had cash in my purse. I like just, he's like, where are you getting all this money? And then he was like, what, sign me up?
No, it didn't quite go like that. I always supported Carrie because she just was, I think when we first met, I used to tell, like, you're so inspiring, like, you're so positive, like, you're just so outgoing. So when she joined, like, she had that same excitement. So she was supporting me with my football career. So it was like no question for me to support her. I didn't join until she asked me. So it's all it took for her just, babe, do you want to join? And that was, for me, it was an easy yes because I just believed in what she was doing because she knew where she was going. Like, she was so positive and so confident about, you know, what she was doing. Like, it just rubbed off on me. And I've just been supportive of her this whole time, and just really not allow her, not just pushing her to do half of what, go half in. You know, I've always been supportive, but like, you focus on what you're doing 100%, and everything else, I'll focus on my end and do 100%. So it's not like a 50-50 with us. It's like, I said this to her earlier. I said, we run a $1 million business and also $1 million household. So I don't count on you to do your 50% and I do my 50%. I count on you to do your 100%. And, you know, I'm going to do my 100%. So for me, it's about, you know, taking responsibility for my role in this business from a male's perspective, and really just support her, just support her dream, knowing that it's allowing me to dream more and really just to dream bigger and really step into what my true purpose is. So because of her, and it works, you know, I found my why, which was passion for really just helping, you know, change men, like helping men realize like you have a special purpose. And most time your purpose is right in your face. It's your family. If you can just raise your family up and really just lead your family, I think everything else will fall in line. So she's really inspired me, man, just for her actions day in and day out. 5 years later, she's still plowing away. So for me, it was an easy question. All it took for her to, you know, ask me, and it was immediately like, yeah, babe, I've been waiting on this.
But he wasn't always like that. So let's continue the story.
All right, give us the dirt, girl.
I know. Okay, so yeah, so we went diamond, and then we got pregnant with my first son, and then my business actually went down because I thought I could just continue to get paid and not work, and I did, and I did continue to get paid. And so I feel like our stories are really similar in the beginning, so it's so crazy because I was like, dude, I'm still getting paid, and I'm not doing things. I was so sick being pregnant, and so because of the work that I had put in months prior, I continued to get paid, but that doesn't just continue, like, you know what I mean? It just like, and then all of a sudden I went from being paid as a diamond to paying it as a ruby, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I have a baby coming, like I'm like, I think you can even look at your check and say like, well, like I'm going to quit or I'll never see a paycheck that low again. And I was like, I'll never see my low. So I literally went back diamond. I ended up having a C-section, so I couldn't go to conference. And we were living in my parents' basement at the time. This is so crazy. So we were living in my parents' basement. Like, he was working like 3 jobs, and we never really got to see each other. We had a colicky baby, and it was just really hard. And so I remember thinking, like, I'm like, you know, when you have your kid, like, you're like, I just got to give you the world, you know? And I just remember putting him in my arms, and I was like, I'm never going to look at you and say that you're not worth this. You know what I mean? Like, who can look at their kid and say, like, you're not worth, you know, like, me working hard, you know? And so I literally worked so hard And, you know, I was by myself because he was working all the time, and he would get home at like, late at night and then leave at like 4 a.m. And so I was, oh my gosh, it was just like so hard. And so for 6 months, I worked my butt off, and we went from diamond, and I think you were like a ruby, maybe executive, I don't know, a diamond to presidential diamond within 7 months. And no, yeah, from January to July with presidential, and then my husband, I took his account to triple. And so within 7 months, like, we completely changed our life. We moved out of parents' basement. We started building our first home. Not only we not living in an apartment, we got to build our house. Like, we bought his truck in cash. I mean, we just completely changed our lives. And then 6 months later, hit ambassador. Next month, he went presidential. And my 2.0 right now is going triple this month. So that's the plan. And yeah, so it's been like so crazy. But I got to tell you, when he, like, you may look at this, like, I think sometimes people see the success and they're like, oh my gosh, like, why isn't my husband like that or whatever? And I'm like, whoa, like, let's just rewind to when we were living in my parents' basement, because I'll never forget this, and he'll never forget it, because I'll never let him forget it. I remember we pulled in my garage, my parents' garage or whatever, and he's like, I made like $2, you know? And I'm like, yeah, but you got all of your products free, you know, because he was running his auto ship. And he's like, but I made $2. And I was like, yeah, but you got your free product and whatever. And then like the next month, it was like, because that was January. And then February, he's like, I made $1, or maybe it was $1 and then $2, whatever. He's like, I made $1. And I'm like, yeah, but you still got your new you free, you know, like, I was so excited. And he's like, my renewal's coming up. And I said, fine, just cancel. I said, just cancel, just quit. I don't care. Just get off my back. You know, because I was stressed out already as like a new mom, a colicky mom, and he was just on me. And it's so crazy because, you know, like 6 months later, I showed him, like, his check alone was over 5 figures. And so I was like, we went from him making $1 to just his account. Yeah, that's 5 figures, a lot. And so it was crazy. It's just so crazy how fast you can change your life in this business if you just like, you just got to go to work. Like, I'm telling you, like, I literally used to make videos for my team, because I giggle about it now, because I'm like, hey, what was I doing when I did that? Because I just don't remember. And I go back and I look, and I was literally like going live my team page like twice a day. And I was like, listen, here's the deal. If you want to promote, you don't shower and you don't sleep. And I was already not showering and not sleeping because I was a newborn. You know, like, when you were raising a colicky baby, you just, like, who has time to do anything in life? Like, and I was doing all that and on top of promoting. So I was just talking to people all night long when I was breastfeeding. I was talking to people all night long, and I was like, you're not doing this. You're not coming. But it's so funny to go back and look. But it took a lot of hard work. And I did post something on my Facebook today, and it was like, this is what it looks like in your first few years in business. And it's like in a snowstorm. And then, but this is what it looks like the rest of your life. And it's just somebody hanging out by the beach. And I'm like, dude, we hung out at the pool all day today. We did a bike ride, like, and I still work my business, but you have to go through the snowstorm in order to, like, have the sunshine, you know?
So good. Oh my gosh. And Tae, like, you had a big breakthrough when you went to the first men's retreat, right?
Oh, yeah, I did. That was
yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, I think the first one was just right around the time when I retired from my job. So that whole experience for me, I told her it was like a honeymoon for me going to that men's retreat after retiring from my job. And it was just an awesome event, which really just opened my eyes up to see that, you know, it's more than just business to this. It's people who's come along just to help you out in life and just help you become a better woman or a better man, and really just helping you grow. So yes, the men's retreat definitely changed my life for the better. I'm grateful for it, and I think my wife has been very grateful for it as well.
That's so awesome. So, okay, Carrie, so everybody wants to know, how are you signing distributors right now? What's your
I think something like that really, like, helped me in, like, January and stuff, because before, like, when I was promoting and stuff, like a while ago, I would sign, like, I think the highest I've ever signed is like 26 people a month. And now I know, like, that number to me is not as realistic as, like, 10 is, because, like, I signed them, but I saw how many of them didn't stay, which is fine because everything happens for a reason and stuff. But now I'm like, my number is 10. And so I figured that number out because Stephanie Dunn enrolls 10. And then Joel was like, well, if you roll 11, you could probably pass her, you know? And so my number is still 10. And so that's like just my goal every month. That's a number that I feel comfortable with. And so I think you first have to figure out what number you feel comfortable with. And that was really huge for me. So I figured out my number. And then at the beginning of the year, I was like, all right, I'm going to be a top enroller. Like that's my goal, is I'm going to enroll. Cause I wasn't really enrolling because I kind of like, once pregnancy changes me, I don't know what happens, but like, and so like I kind of fell off this wagon with my son, Asher, my second one. I don't know what happens every time my business that happens. So that's why I was like, I can't have another baby for a while. But anyway, so I sat down in January and I wrote out on a piece of paper, and I was like, I enroll 10 distributors monthly, or I enroll 10 ROCKSTAR distributors monthly. I wrote it, and so like that was like my affirmation, and I just put it in my my office. And so I read it all the time. I'm like, I enroll 10 distributors. So like, it just is what it is. Like, I just enrolled 10 distributors. Like, that's like but I had to tell myself that before that started happening. I was like, no, I'm a mass enroller. I'm a just ROCKSTAR. Every time I say that, it starts happening, but I had to say it to like, it's like I have to speak life into myself. And so I just start saying, well, I enroll people. Now I'm so fired up, you guys. Like, I've been doing so much personal development lately because I noticed that when things are right in my business, it starts from inside. And so when things weren't right with my thoughts, which I didn't realize they weren't right until now that they're right, I was like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? And so if you catch yourself at any time in the day, saying like, I don't like, I'm trying to think even like the thought, like, oh, my business isn't doing well, or I'm not signing people, or people don't want this, or when you enroll, oh, Caitlin's screen sharing.
Hey, Caitlin, can you stop screen sharing? Or how do I make it stop?
I think she has to stop it.
Okay. Anyway.
Is this me?
Yeah.
Oh, she got it.
How are people unmuting?
Okay,
Sorry.
I figured it out. Sorry, guys. I don't know how I did that.
Okay, just mute yourself, girl. Thank you.
Okay, so anyways, so like if you're having any thoughts in your head that aren't good, it totally affects your business. Like and
hold on just a second. I don't know what the heck is going on. Mute all.
You're leaving it where they can unmute themselves, though.
I can?
Click it.
Oh.
I think I'm good.
Hold on one second. Now I gotta unmute you again because I just made it so nobody can. I'm sorry. Okay, you're good, girl.
Yay!
Okay. So like Ashley just wrote, I'm having problems getting distributors. I'm like, well, yeah, I know why you're having problems because you just said that. So like that came from within inside of you. Something inside of you believes that maybe the products don't work, the company doesn't work, something's not working, and it's probably what your thoughts, okay? And so like I really had to do a lot of work within myself, and again, I still had to do it because even as ambassadors, like things can happen in your life, and it's just it's easy to have a thought and not capture it, and that thought can just like breed into just not a good tree. And so so I just started pouring into myself so much. I mean, like my husband will tell you like a lot. And he's like, what are you doing? Like your university?
I love it.
Because I literally, if you just saw what I did, but it's crazy. Like it just radically changed my business. This is all within like the last 3 weeks. Like I'm telling you, people are literally so drawn to me. Like people are literally coming. And that's because I raised my energy and I raised my thoughts. I raised my belief in this business. And like, you guys, like what we have our hands on is so amazing right now. Like this keto line, and I went live about this the other day. I'm like, so like this company grew crazy with a product that nobody could wrap their head around. Okay, like nobody can wrap their head around the wrap. Like they just don't understand it. They have to put it on to try it. Well, that grew with a product that people can understand. Now we have a product that people can understand. We have a product that people can wrap their head around. Like 50% of the population drinks coffee, and my husband doesn't drink coffee, which means that we're getting into the other 50%. So for us to have 100% of the population that we can touch with a product that who doesn't want to drink coffee and lose weight, or who doesn't want to drink coffee and have more clarity or have more focus, like if you're not drinking this coffee, you should start, like you're missing out. And so like, I'm so passionate about this product. Like it just spills out into my business and people can feel that I'm excited. And I don't care if I sign customers just for coffee and chocolate creams and shake. Like, I'll sign them all day long, you know? And so, I don't know, you guys, I'm just so fired up about this business. And I feel like I'm enrolling more people, like customers now than ever, that I feel like I need help. I'm like, there's just this massive opportunity that I'm like, if I'm in like this, I know for a fact other people can make money with this if they just fell in love with this coffee. Does that make sense?
Yeah. That's so awesome. So are you doing most of this through social media?
Yeah. So here's something that like I just figured. I was like, I just haven't done a rap party in such a long time. I did them a ton though, like getting to triple. I would say I did do them a ton, and I used to blitz a lot. And then it just kind of went. I got pregnant and just, I don't know. I think I just kind of just embraced it. I was like, you know what? If I'm not leaving the house, because I don't really like to leave the house anymore, which I don't know, I've completely changed. So like, here's the thing. I'm like, screw it. I'm just going to embrace that, and I'm just going to kill it. And so I'm going to figure out what's working on social media, and I'm going to just do more of that. So I just started. So what I do is every month, I'm telling you, I just figure out who are the top enrollers, or I look for who's on fire, and I look at what they're doing, and I literally will copy what they're doing. And then I see if it works for me, or I'll kind of tweak it and make my own, and it works. So like if you find somebody killing social media, figure out what they're doing, because obviously they're doing something right. And then you just have to always be open and learning, open to change, you know, because social media is never the same and it never will be. And you just know that, then you just always change. So social media is just where it's at for me. And I'm embracing it. I'm like, I'm not going to be a rock star blitzer, but I'll still like get everybody on Facebook, like when I'm out, but like, I just personally don't go out and intentionally blitz. I'm like, I'm going to do what works. And social media, there's billions of people on here. So why not get on it, you know?
Yeah, so good. So you're doing Facebook and Instagram, or just one or the other?
I mostly work Instagram. Facebook is just for fun. Facebook's just fun. I don't know. Sometimes I'll just mess around with it. I don't like intentionally. I'm like I'll go live because that's just what I'm good at. But like, I'm not like, let's sign up everybody on Facebook. I'm like, no, Instagram is where it's at.
Do you have like any non-negotiables, like things that you do every single day?
Yeah, I read and I post at least once a day. I don't like, that's really once a day is matter, but I post on my story. That's like non-negotiable. Story, post on the story.
Take the products.
Oh, take the products for sure. And tell everybody that I take the products.
Are you messaging people?
Oh yeah, and I message 100 people a day. I mean, I try to. But I try to at least reach out to 100 people.
So 100 people, you guys, I hope you're hearing that. So she's enrolling 10 distributors a month, but she's working her business at least 100 distributors a day or 100 people she's messaging a day to get those 10 distributors. So they're asking, can they follow you on Instagram? Do you have it where people can follow you?
Oh yeah, I don't care if you follow me, but like I go off and on private public. So like if you don't follow me, you might see me, might not. Like I mess around with it because I'm just like, I got to see what works. Does this work? Okay, let's go. Like, I don't know. I just mess around with it. I just try to have fun. Like, I think that if you're not having fun in this business, like, you're doing something wrong, you know? And so I think that was, like, also came with personal development because when Pam was, like, some girls, like, it's just so hard to go double and I'm trying to do 700 million things and it's so stressful. And the way, like, I already know where your mind's at by where you're talking. You know, like, I love this business. I love what I do. I love my life. But, like, that really, truly came from personal development, you know? And so that just, when you raise one area of your life, it doesn't matter what, like if you actually, your fitness could raise an area of your life, like what did they always say? When the tide rises, all the boats rise. So any place that you raise yourself, whether it's fitness or, you know, your personal development or whatever it is, like it will raise all areas of your life. And so like, I just really went to work to raise my personal development and it's just pouring out in everywhere. Wouldn't you say, babe?
I would say.
Oh my gosh, I love it. So when you're messaging people, do you randomly message people, or are these people that you've been interacting a little bit? And like, what are you saying when you message them initially?
No, I just message my followers. So I message people who follow me back so that like they're seeing my stuff, you know what I mean? And then, when they try to follow me back on Instagram, I like stalk them. And so basically like there's our interaction right there. And then when you eventually get a message from me, like I already know that I stalked you friendly, nicely. And so, yeah, like, and so then I'll just like ask them if they would be like a product model for me or if they want to use our products for 90 days.
Okay. Awesome.
That's cool. So walk us through, Carrie. First of all, can you, the part I missed, can you say that part all over again?
No.
I'm kidding.
Oh.
But, so walk us through a typical day in the life of both of you.
Okay, so so my morning is like, my husband's been letting me sleep until like 9 o'clock, which has been so awesome because I just do better when I sleep more. So I wake up around 9, and then after Asher goes back down for a nap, I wake up, and then I'll normally right away, once I come down here, I get like a post. I try to get like a post in. I'll try to get like a post in on maybe Facebook and Instagram, whatever, or maybe like a quote, whatever. I just try to get the post in. And then I'll go into my office or go somewhere quiet, and I will start dreaming with God within my journal. And so I just basically thank him for everything that I already want. Like I already have it, like it's already done. And so I'm just thanking him for everything. And it's just so much fun because I just come out of my office like, oh my gosh, I just had all these things. I just went through this big experience and everybody just got touched because I did something like, and so like, I just completely changed the world. And so that's like, I'm telling you, since I've done this, it's like crazy things have been happening in my life. And it's like, I wake up, I'm like, there's going to be a miracle happening today because I already know this, and this. It's just so crazy. So I do that. And then I have this personalized Bible that I bought, and it has my name in it. And I really like it because I've never been able to read the Bible before until I got this. And so I'll either journal for like 5-10 minutes, and then I'll read the Bible for like 5-10 minutes. And then I leave the office, and then it's like, okay, now I know that I normally will post on my Instagram story about reading because it's like I love it. People love to grow. And I think if you can add value, people know if they go to my Instagram story or my Facebook, like, at some way I'm going to help them grow because that's like my goal is just to help other people become the best versions of themselves. And so if I could show them a book I'm reading or a quote, like people are so inspired by quotes. I don't know what it is, but like a quote will change your life. And so post on my Instagram story, all that stuff. And then I don't know, Instagram story right now is just really big for me. And so I just try to come up with ideas like ways to show before and after pictures, like really you just got to make it really cute. And so recently I've just been spending a lot more time on that. And then I make sure I load my Captivate because you want to follow. So I try to load that every single day. That takes like 2 minutes. And then I message I try to send out messages. And that, I don't know, it only takes like an hour.
I love it. I love it, girl. So basically you're spending a lot of time on making sure that your mindset is right. And that's spilling over into all facets of your life, including your downline.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah.
I love what you said earlier too. One of my favorite verses is Philippians 4, 6, and 7, where it says, do not be anxious about anything, but in everything through prayer and petition with thanksgiving. And so the fact that not only are you dreaming, right? Dreaming and figuring out what you want, but you're asking for that, and you're already being thankful for that you don't even have yet, having the faith and the belief that it'll come. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I hear from you guys that I know that has come true in your life. It's just been, okay, I know this is possible. I'm going to believe for it. I'm going to work hard for it. And there it is. And now I'm living it, right? Is that pretty much how it's worked out?
Yeah. Well, now I think I'm being a lot more intentional with that. I think I might have done it before, but I didn't know that I was doing it. But now, like, specifically, like, it's written down. And so, like, I know, like, oh my God, that's crazy. Like, it's crazy. And it's like so crazy, you guys. Like, I'm telling you, you got to read the book. I know Carla Burns is going live tomorrow with Caroline Leaf, who talks about your thoughts and how powerful they are. It's going to be really good. And so her Zoom, I did a Zoom with Carly that, like, 3 weeks ago. It was on June 11th or June 17th. And it, like, I literally since then, crazy things. Like, I even dreamt about a maple donut, and I woke up and my husband had bought me a maple donut. And so this is just little stupid things like that. But, like, that blew me. I was like, did you just, like, literally, I was eating that maple donut in my dream, and I just woke up. Like, crazy. And that's, like, just little things. If you would hear the things that have been happening in this house, you'd be like, dude, I'm just so giddy every day because I'm like, something crazy's happening.
That's so cool. Well, you know, the two shall become one flesh, right? So your thoughts are becoming Tae's thoughts. So that's good.
Well, and
Good
those kinds of things that happen, I really feel like are God kisses, because it's God being, it's just him letting you know that you really are hearing him. He really is, because that nothing is a coincidence. Like that was totally God. It was a kiss where he's just reminding you that he is a present and you are hearing clearly. I love that.
So
Tae says that when you do that, when you hear like those things, he says it's called being in alignment, and that's when you can get being in alignment with his word or walking with him.
Yeah, or just in the flow. When you just, I think when you spend a lot of time with him, like she's been spending a lot of time with me, he just been revealing so much to her that it's like this overwhelming joy that, you know, it has no choice but to overflow into others, and that's why they're being drawn to her, just because she's just so open and like willing just to go out and share what she's learning, that he just bringing people to her to like, hey, this is what he's doing for me, and ultimately she's turning not only them but generations. I think we're making an impact. I always say like if you want people see me and see the change that I made, and I tell them, hey, this isn't me. This is fruit. This is multiplication from Chad Kneller. These are seeds that he planted that has sprouted because he was just doing his work, what he's supposed to be doing, which is growing and really just sharing what he's doing. And he just, I forget what it's called, something about multiplication, but just by him just, you know, really just doing what he's supposed to do and really sharing it, it has really changed our lives dramatically. And it just really causes us to be more aware of every situation that's happening in our life, just to grow from that. So it's been a fun journey, but I think it's been more fun these past couple months, just learning and really just seeing her excitement just go from just really not wanting to sit down to read a book to where like now she's studying like she's trying to get a master's or something. So
I don't know, Carrie. There's something with this. It's got to be the blonde hair, because I'm doing the same thing right now. Chad's like, "Who are you?"
So good. So Carrie, what are maybe a couple things that have happened to you over the last couple months or couple years, you know, other than personal development, because that's helped a lot, but maybe like little tweaks maybe that have been game changers for you, or little new things you're trying that are working really well. Do you have some things like that?
Well, I think Instagram stories, is that what you're saying? Like that's where like I think that's like just been a really big game changer. I think it's just something new. Like it's something new and it's something that's working. And so like I feel like I'm not that creative, but I am actually becoming more creative. And so and it's kind of making it fun. So I'm like, ooh, how can I do this? But I actually watch everybody else. I literally watch everybody who's successful on Instagram, or like if they make a video, I'll watch it. And then I kind of use their stuff. But I think over time you just learn how to do it yourself. But I had to learn from them because I didn't know how to make this cool stuff. And then like now I'm like, this is awesome. It's so much. And then it makes it fun. Like you just add like sparkles and GIFs and you make it you. And I think people too, like I do like to go live on Facebook. I don't know. I still, I guess, kind of build on Facebook because I still have 4,000 friends, I guess. So like, obviously I still have some network. But you know, through your Instagram stories or through, you know, your Instagram, it's all about getting people to know, love, and trust you. And so like, if the more that I can share my life and the more that I can share like things that are like, I'm pretty funny. And so like, if I can make you laugh, like we're basically best friends, you know, like, and so then I find more people that are funny and then we can laugh together, or I'll laugh at myself. And so like, when people love that about me, or they'll love that I'm doing that, and then they'll order from me because they know me and they love me and they trust me. And like, so the more that you do it, the more consistent you are at sharing yourself, or like, I actually don't share my kids as much as I used to, but it doesn't matter. Like just sharing yourself, sharing your story, like people love that. And I'm telling you, people order me and when I say where I'm going and I'm so excited, and like, they will support me because they support that I'm dreaming and that you get what I'm saying? Like people support you. There's so many people who support me who I don't even know, because they're excited for me because I'm going somewhere. Do you get what I'm saying? So like, as long as you post your goals and like where you're going, or like you're really consistent, people see that. And people can tell if you're not consistent. Like if you're not taking the time or like putting into your post, or like, I don't know, people can tell if you're serious or not. And so like, we're so serious. And so you can know like that, because they see us use it.
Yeah, people. I would say what you're saying. People just they know if you're being genuine or if you're being authentic through social media sites. And I think, but for me, if when I look at my Instagram page, I'm not posting a bunch of things that I'm not. Like everything that you see about my profile, like it's me, it's my life. So like I'm not hiding anything from you. Everything is out in the open. So if you can just inspire people by like your daily living. And just like with me, like I don't really message a lot of people because a lot of people that follow Carrie also follow me. If they follow me, they go follow my wife, or I always send them to my wife. But the thing that I do, every time I do something, I always put something dealing with It Works in my Snapchat and my Instagram story. You will always see something dealing with It Works in the background. So it's not like I'm just out telling them, hey, you need to do this. It's, hey, I'm reading the book, but I got this new you sitting in the back for you. Hey, I'm doing this, but I'm drinking this keto coffee. So it's always me, it's I'm doing this, but I'm also doing this awesome thing with It Works. So it just always draws curiosity. You're always taking this, you're always doing that, but you're never mentioning what is this. So I think as you just continue to be intentional, continue to be consistent, and really just share what you're doing in your daily life, and don't like waste your time trying to make up things that you're not doing. Like share what you're doing. Let people meet you where you are, because they are at a spot in their destination where they need us as well. So I think it's just really about being authentic and just being genuine and really just being caring for people. I think if we just get take the business out of it. I think Cammie said it once, if you can get the person right, the business will come.
Yeah.
If you put the person first, like the business will come. But you have to understand as that person, like you have to grow. I think the best thing about It Works, like we had that shirt that said, give us a year and we'll change your life. Like you literally have to give them a year. Like you can't give them 9 months and expect to grow. Like they tell you, like give us a year. Like take that year and don't just be mediocre. Don't just go through the motion. Take that year like you're just going for the Olympic gold medal or something. Take that year and be like, nothing in this world can stop me. If you just stay focused like that for 1 year, then I guarantee you that you will have anything that you ever dreamed about. You will just continue to grow. And not only that, you will bring your friends, you will bring your teams, you will bring your family, you will bring whoever decided to come along you on that journey, you will bring them along with you. So just continue to plow, just trust where you are. We love It Works. We're loyal to It Works. I think we start selling our clothes and people was reaching out like, hey, you guys leaving It Works? We was like, no, like these clothes made us $1 million. So we're going to get rid of it so somebody else can make $1 million from these clothes.
Yeah.
We're making room for other people. Like these clothes are done as justice for us. So we're going to share these clothes with others. Like we don't need these clothes just to stack up in our closet. Like we're going to make room because God has more for us. But he also blessed us with this so we can bless others with this as well. So we're just, man, we love it. It Works. We're very loyal to It Works. And we just, it's made us $1 million. It allowed us to be home full time with our kids. Like what else could you want out of life besides greed? Like it's nothing more to that and just being able to help people. So we're doing exactly what we want to do, which is staying planted here at It Works and just continue to grow and really just being grateful for everything that God has in store for us, but also everything that he's brought us to and through. So we're grateful and we're just we're excited for this. I think I asked my wife last night. She was excited. I was like, how big? We're going beyond $1 billion. Like, how big of a piece of this pie do you want? Like, ultimately, it's up to you. Like, I love the fact that we have, is it Cassie? She's the new number 2
yeah.
who was like she decided like this is what I want and nothing got in her way. You know, she was so focused on a goal that nobody knew where she came from. I think you have to have that type of focus and determination about yourself. Like you're so focused that nothing will distract you. Nothing that's not aligned to your goals will distract you from your goals. So I think it's just about staying focused and just really being appreciative of where you are and just knowing that the leadership that you're under, like they'll take you in a direction that, you know, you want to get in the flow with that direction because it has no choice but just bring success to you. But you just have to realize that you have to do your part as well. So that's all I got to say. I was about to keep rambling, but I don't want to.
That's really
awesome.
Good, Tae.
So I got a quick question for you, Tae, and then we'll do a couple more here. But so when you guys first got started, right? When you first got started in the business, how long did it take, Tae, and what was the process for you to like jump on board and be like, yeah, I'm going to take ownership of part of this too? A lot of women on here, you know, their husbands haven't plugged in, and they're wondering what made you plug in and why did you plug in?
Well, with me, she just always supported football, and she was just like I said earlier, she was just so positive and confident in what she was doing that, you know, it wasn't a doubt in my mind that I'm gonna support you just because, one, that I love you, and you know, you someone I look look forward to spending the rest of my life. So I'm going to support you. But also, it was the rap cast that she was bringing in that she wasn't sharing. And I figured I had to figure out a way to get a piece of that. So when she asked me. When she asked me, like, it was a no-brainer for me. It was a no-brainer. I had no idea what was going on, but I think she just listened to the family call around me. She gave me this one pen that I wore to work. I wore that one pen to work every day, and all it did was just plant seeds. Hey, what is pen you got? I don't know. Add my wife on Facebook.
That pen made us a lot of money.
It was always just really about, she never pushed anything on me. She just started little, and she just really let me come into my own when it works and just let me develop my own opinion about it. And just really, I think that worked out well for us. And I would say that's how I really came along. And I just kind of found guys like Chad and Quinn just through different events. Really just opened my eyes up that this is more than just a company with reps. Like, we have products for everybody, but at the same time, we have a freedom that nobody else can give you. So once I saw that freedom, that time freedom for me, that's why I share so much about my boys. If most people look me up, they're like, you really love your boys. And I'm like, yeah, because when I set out a goal that I wanted something, it wasn't the money. I wanted that freedom to spend time with my boys. So it works, just had that freedom. And I just happened to see a story of a guy who retired, and he was a full-time dad. And I was like, well, that would be awesome. And next thing you know, she was like, I want to retire you. And I was like, well, go ahead. So yeah, so it's just been fun. She really never pushed it on me. I remember
when there was, like, he was pretty supportive, but then I remember when, like, he would stop wearing his shirt, and I was like, uh-oh, something's wrong. And then we got him to a green carpet, and then he'd start wearing them again. So I think sometimes you just got to get your men to an event, because, like, that, I think events really change.
And I heard Dr. Dunn talking about the product. So once I got the knowledge of the products and what they actually do for you, I was like, well, I need to be taking everything. And I went home and tried that, and it was like, well, not everything is for you. But the one product that she did introduce me to was New You, because I was an athlete. So I think when she just brought it to my attention, hey, you play sports, like, hey, this New You may help you. And I started taking it, and that was almost 4.5 years ago, and I still take it every night and morning to this day. So she just introduced me a product that I love, and I fell in love with it, and I really just share it, and I just share the products that I take daily. So that's just been my journey. I just really, guys, I share everything I do. Is like, if you follow me on Instagram or Snapchat, like if you follow my story, then you pretty much know how my days went. Because I don't leave anything out. I put everything up for everybody to see, because I know, like, if you want people to fall in love with you, then you have to give them something to fall in love with. So I just let people know, like, hey, I'm this genuine, authentic guy who really just love people, and I love my boys, and I just want people to experience that, and also let them know, like, hey, there's an opportunity for you as well to experience whatever that joy that you're looking for as well. So I think just really just sharing what I love, and I really just sharing the love for my wife and my kids and Jesus, and I think people just are attracted to that.
I love that. Oh my gosh, Tae, you're amazing. Carrie, we are all just like, you're so blessed. You're so blessed, girl. To have such an amazing man.
He's awesome.
He just
God for Chad and that men's retreat. That just changed everything. So there's a men's retreat.
Yes, we got a men's retreat coming up. So you guys, seriously, that are watching, get your men to this men's retreat. It's a really,
that was a game changer. Both of them.
Yeah, it is. It was definitely a game changer for a lot of guys. So
this will be the best one ever.
So Carrie, I have to, before we get off here, you did my all-time favorite live video. It was called Coin Pusher.
Oh yeah.
I still go back to that live and watch it from time to time, because it was so good. I don't know if you remember what you said, but I just wondered, I don't want you to have to go through the whole thing, but can you just kind of give a little bit of like a gist of what you were talking about with the coin pushers for these people?
Yeah. Well, I was fired up. I can't remember why. I only do the Zooms when I'm fired up. My son is so used to sitting. He'll sit on the girls with power hours, and he talks to them while they power hours. So he's like, he's watching. So anyways, yeah. So I guess, like, you know, like, I think this is so true, because, you know, there's two people in this world, and, you know, one is a coin pusher and one is an entrepreneur. And I think a lot of us start out as coin pushers because that's all that we know, unless you had like a parent or like somebody in your family or somebody that was in your sphere of influence that was a business owner. Okay. Because if my parents didn't own a business, I would probably have thought differently. Okay. So that's really huge. And I think that's so huge for me now. I'm sorry, but like, no. And so I think that was huge for me now too, because I'm passing that on to my children. And so your kids are watching you now, learning to either have an entrepreneurial mind, or already have one, because not everybody, when they join, they still have, some people just have to be told what to do. And so a coin pusher is when somebody puts a coin in like the machine. Those machines at the, like, in here, I don't even know if they have those anymore, but you remember those, the horses, you put a 25 cents in and it moves?
Yeah.
Well, people if you have a job, somebody puts $10 in you and you move. And somebody puts $10 in you and you move. Or maybe you get 11, or maybe you get 12, whatever you get. Maybe you get 7 and you move, right? Because somebody's paying you and you're going to do an hour's worth of work. And so here's the thing, like, if your job, or if you work at Target and they say, well, here's $10, you do work. Here's $10, you work. Well, what if Target is like, well, I need you to do work and then I'll give you $10. But they maybe will give you $10. Are you still going to put in work? You'd be like, no, at this Target, I'm out. You know what I mean? Because they're not so like a coin pusher, somebody puts money in and it works. So entrepreneurial is just so different because, we put in work and we have no idea if we're going to get paid. Like, really, like, you put in work and you put in work and you put in work. And so I think about this, like, when my parents started, they own a business, very successful business, a pizza ranch. And so, like, when they started Pizza Ranch, they, put in all this money and they invested into this, business. But she worked and 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 she didn't even end up breaking a profit until like 5+ years. It's still not even paid off, and it's been 25 years. And so even though, like, obviously they have things, but they're still in debt, and it just is what it is. Like, and so she put in work, and she didn't get paid. And so I think you just have to understand it's like a snowball effect. Like, you're going to put in so much work and you're putting so much work, but you can't expect to get paid and then put in work. It's like you're going to a restaurant and oh my gosh, I had this really good analogy because they were talking about it the other day. It's like, when you go to a restaurant and you sit down and you have a really good meal and then you pay. But like, here's the thing, like, you have to like pay and then like you have to work for that food. I don't know. Like, it's just weird. It's just like completely different, but you have to understand, like, you're going to have to put in so much work before you get paid. And so the entrepreneurial was like, okay, work, get paid. Work, get paid a little bit more, maybe. work, get paid. And then you just keep working, get paid, work, get paid, work, get paid, work, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid. And then it's like 80, 150, 100%. So it's just crazy. So like, but that took so much work. And so when I think about, like, when I was going from Diamond to Presidential, I put in so much work, and I didn't see that. But then 6 months later, I was like, oh my God, get paid. And I'm still getting paid, like, on things that I did like that during that time. But like, obviously I'm still putting in work because I want to build another big snowball that I'm just going to get paid for the rest of my life. But like, obviously, like, I'm not there yet. Like, I'm not where I want to be. Like, we're going to be number 1. So like, I got to put in a lot of work.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Thank you guys so much. Do you guys, either one of you, have any like final words, any final tips, or anything that you just feel led to say from your heart?
My husband's so good, you guys. He got to say something.
I really didn't have anything. Ultimately, I would just tell you guys, everybody on the Zoom, like, whatever you want your life to be, like, ultimately, like, it's up to you. Like, you have to decide and you have to take action on that choice. And it's not decide tonight, then wake up tomorrow and be like, well, I changed my mind. Like, you have to decide every day. And it's going to be a hard choice every day because life is going to get hard every day. So, like, every day you have to, like, before you step out of bed, like, you have to decide, like, I'm going to run today. I like they start coming out with this term. I try to keep up with today's society. It was like slay or something.
Yeah.
It was like wake, pray, slay it. So I was like, you have to get up and decide that you're going to slay the day every single day. And I made that decision after I left the management sheet that, hey, like, if you want to change something, then you can't expect Carrie to change it for you. You can't expect your friends to change it for. Like, you have to do it yourself. So you really have to take accountability for your life. Like, where you are is the results of like what you've been doing. So like, if you don't like where you are, then you have to decide, like, hey, I'm going to change this. And you have to get so focused on changing that, get so focused on that goal that everything outside of that goal won't even distract you because you don't have time for it. A lot of the things that we get to do now, like, we said no to for maybe months and years, like hanging out with friends, going to do this, going to do that. Like, people just thought we were so lame. But they look at us now and they're like, we want the life that you guys have. And it's like, we didn't get this by accident. Like, we sacrificed a lot. Like, I have like I'm an ex-ball player. Like I went from like playing at the highest level to like sitting home with two boys under 3. Like that is not the most exciting thing to do every day. But I love my boys, and I understand that hey, this is bigger than you. Like how far you've grown. It's not because you were this ex-ball player. It's because you decided that you wanted to change. And you made a choice that you was going to wake up every day and you was going to be the best dad you can be. You're going to be the best husband you can be. You're just going to be the best friend that you can be. But ultimately, like, you're going to be the best CEO to your in your business that you are, because we are a partnership. Like, we are our business. So we don't rely on other people to come in and take action to produce the fruits that we want. We understand that anything that we want within our business, within our life, like, we have to put in that work to get it. So if I can leave you guys with anything, whatever you want, you have to decide that you want it so bad that nothing would stop you. And you have to get so focused on that goal that you're just laser focused and you won't get distracted. So if I can just encourage you guys to do anything, is just get off here tonight, like write down what your goals are and put those goals on your bathroom mirror or wherever you go. I put my dream board in my closet. I changed it. I had it downstairs and I was like, well, I don't go down here and look at this every day. So I was like, where do I go every day? I get up every morning, I go in my closet. So guess where I put my dream board? Right in my closet. So right when I walk in my closet, I have no choice but, hey, here's a reminder. These are the dreams and the goals that you wanted. Are you going to take the day off or are you going to go get them? So for me, I just made a choice that, hey, I'm going to make this simple decision. Put my dream board right here in my face where I cannot make excuses. So stay focused on what you want and just go after your goals. That's probably all I got for you guys.
That was good. So good, you guys. Thank you so much for doing this tonight. I know everybody, the feed's blowing up. They love you guys. And so I'm sure you'll have a lot of new followers.
I got to say this because you said something that I'm going to give you credit a couple times, and I'm going to say, I've heard it said, and I'm going to say I always say, right? But I'm going to say, Carrie and Tae said this the other day. Here's you said, Carrie, you said get people to know, love, and trust you. I love that. And then Tae.
That's from Tae. I stole his.
Oh, you stole his? But then
you said it multiple times, so she owned it now.
She's got it. See, she's got it. Now she stole it from you. I'm going to steal it from both of you. It's all good. And then you guys said, if you want people to fall in love with you, then you have to give them something to fall in love with.
That was good.
I love that. That says so much right there. It says so much. And so, man, we love you guys. We're big fans. So we've fallen in love with you. So it's working, right? And we have a massive team. You guys just have a huge team of people that know, love, and trust you. And it's because you guys are quality people in all the different areas. And we just we're blessed to know you. And I love your shirt there, Tae. Work hard, play hard, give back. That is the formula. So thank you so much, guys, for jumping on here tonight. Our team loves you. And we're going to get this. We recorded this, so we'll get it up and everything so people can see it. But thanks. Have a wonderful night.
Thanks for having us.
Green carpet.
Bye.
You guys for having us.
Bye.